Hello, Jessica, and congrats again on finishing your new pool. And I'm just curious how you guys are enjoying it.
My kids definitely are enjoying it. I am too. I just love seeing that back there in the backyard and having somewhere to go to. I'm a big spa person, so that's the one that I've been enjoying the most
Hmm.
because I love me some hot water and just relaxing, with wine.
Yeah, it's
So
a perfect
definitely.
way to unwind, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And you can't beat that, with the Southern California heat, having, somewhere to go in your backyard, just,
Hmm.
steps away.
That's awesome. I love hearing the stories of how people use their pool when it's all finished and how it kind of changes their, day-to-day life, their week-to-week life. So, tell me a little bit about how your guys' life has changed with having a pool.
I noticed we get a lot more visits from the family.
Oh, that's cool. I love that.
So yeah, spending time, again in the pool, the kiddos with their cousins, having fun with they love the fountains. I don't know if that's what you call the spills that come out of the side of the stack stone.
Yeah, your Cascade.
Yeah, the cascades, those. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know if they're fountains or not, but yes, we've got three cascades, the bubbler, of course, and they just love, you know, playing with those, jumping off the top and, into the cascade. It's a whole other, enjoyment for the kids for sure. And then, the adults in the spa.
Yeah. I love spa days. I feel like it really is therapeutic. And it's funny because I tell people with the Cascades all the time, everyone's like, are they worth it? And I'm like, you know what? I think they're not only worth it, but it's even fun to have like seat benches near them because the kids love playing in them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You-
they always ask me to turn them on. I love the smart feature too. Wherever I'm at, even if I'm not at home, my mom's at home, but she doesn't know how to work the app. So they'll, Mom, can you turn on, they call them the fountains. That's where I get it from. Can you turn on the fountains? And like, yes, anywhere I'm at, I could be out and about and I just turn it on for them. So they are definitely enjoying it. It's worth it if you've got kiddos. They'll love them.
Yeah, the automation system is, it's one of those things that's a little extra expense on the front end, but I think the convenience of being able to control everything on your phone makes a world of difference. Do you
Oh
feel
yeah.
that way?
Oh yeah, I do. We grew up with my kids grew up with my mother-in-law's pool, and she has to go turn it on, and not everyone knows how to work that, because it's the old system that's on the
Hmm.
wall, and you have to press the right buttons to get
Yeah.
the heat to turn on, and it's like, so that's always like, I'm not saying it's a hassle, but that's just how it had to be back then, like things are different now, and so we wanted to take advantage of that automation for sure. If it was available, yeah, it might have been a little bit more, but to us, it was completely worth it to be able to. Everybody was impressed whenever, oh, you can turn it on from your phone because they're all just only familiar with those wall panel ones too. And so
Yeah.
it was surprising, even for family and friends coming to visit. Well, oh my gosh, your house is smart, and it's it's not like that, but it seems that way.
Yeah. Have you done the thing of like you're out to dinner and you're like, oh, let's go in the spa when we get home and you can like turn it on remotely from
Oh yeah,
afar.
oh yeah, I've done that. If I know I'm getting home, like we just came back from the winery. Me and my cousin-in-laws, we get together for girls day at the winery, and we were coming home, and we're like, okay, I got on my app, and I turned it on the spa, and then I even turned the lights on because it was getting dark, a little bit dark. And my husband, he was at home actually already in the pool area, and he's like, oh, they're coming home. He's all, things are turning on.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that.
Hmm.
So let's rewind a little bit. I want to know what actually made you decide to build a pool in the first place.
You know what? I believe me and my husband had always talked about, having a pool in the backyard. It's just, we just never thought it was possible, honestly. With, I sent you the pictures of our before, and it just seemed like out of reach just because of the size. And we're like, how are we going to put a tiny little pool in this little area? We had a planner all the way around our backyard, and we knew it was gonna be some big project to take all that out. And I think part of it is even like 5 feet from the property line, so you can't really go back into that past that bearing wall in the back there. But it was just something that we always wanted, but we thought it was out of our reach. And then finally, we had, I don't know what pushed us over, but we just thought, you know what, let's just look into getting a pool. Let's just see how that would look. And we started getting bids, from pool companies. And they did tell us, yeah, you can in fact do that. And they showed us some designs. And so we saw that it was possible. And so that's where that kind of got the ball rolling there. We finally just decided, you know what, let's just stop limiting ourselves. Let's see what can be done, you know?
Yeah. So, what made you decide to go this route, doing a DIY project rather than just hiring one of the pool companies that came out?
Oh my gosh. So it was a lot more than we thought it would be for just what they were quoting us for. So again, they were telling us, it's going to be so much money if you take the planters out, if you do all this concrete, if everything that we wanted. They were kind of like saying, if you go that route, you're going to start looking in the 200K, and we're like, no, we want to stay around the 100, as much as possible. So they were just very, very much limiting as far as we can just excavate in your backyard, put in the pool and the spa, but you're going to keep everything else existing back there. And that just kind of, rubbed me the wrong way, because I didn't want that. I didn't want what was existing back there, which is the pool and a spa that would just look out of place, kind of. If you see
Hmm.
our before photos, it they wanted to use even the existing, brick, and I just didn't like how it sounded. And we were actually going to just say, you know what, I guess we can't do a pool after all. We're not going to get what we want, and maybe we have to save for that 200K budget that they keep saying we need. And my husband actually mentioned your program was used by one of his coworkers. He's in the union, the electricians union, and he said one of his coworkers used the program, and that he loved it. He loved that he was able to save so much money. He said, and it wasn't as hard as you would think, because you hear DIY and you're thinking, well, I'm not a pool builder, I have no idea. I'm not a pool builder. I'm a sales Verizon. My husband is an electrician. He can wire you up wires all day long, electricity, but he does not build pools. So I was very intimidated by that. But once we had someone tell us that had already gone through it, it's not like what you think. It's not you personally out there building your own pool. You're not doing that. So you don't have to worry about what your experience, what your expertise is. You could be a housewife. It doesn't matter. Your program, it's beautiful the way that it's laid out, and you just walk us through it. And we literally just need to contact people that build the pools that have that experience. And that made us comfortable. I was a little hesitant at first, I'm going to be honest, because I at first thought it was going to be like that. Like, we don't know what we're doing. Like, you really don't want to mess up your pool. But my husband was like, let's just do it. And once I got, to see the process, I'm like, oh, wow, like anybody can do this. Anybody could do this. So the savings is what got me in. That alone, was already like the foot in the door. But once I was inside, like, it was 100% the best decision we could have ever made.
Oh, that's amazing to hear. It's so many people when they start this process or they even are considering it, I think they're in your shoes of like, I've never done anything like this. I don't know anything about construction. I don't think I can do this. Like, it seems really overwhelming because it's a big project and that's not to be taken lightly. But I always tell people, like, if you can manage a family and your kids' schedules, like, you can manage hiring some
Mm-hmm.
subcontractors and scheduling them. It's really, that is what you're doing.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, I feel like you can build a pool as a DIY client as well. Did you
Yeah.
find that true?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's
Yeah.
why I said housewife, because we do 10 times harder stuff than that. Like, everything we do with our kids,
Yeah.
you can for sure call somebody up, call a few people up and see what their prices are, and have them follow the plan. Like, everything is laid out there that they need to do step by step by step. And they know it already, but it's nice that you also hold our hand and say, this is what they should be looking at. This is what they should be doing. Check this off, check this off. It's very simple.
Awesome. So the pool companies were saying to do what you guys wanted to do would be around the 200K range. Do you mind me asking, what did you guys actually build for in our program?
So we actually all in, including the cost for the pool equipment and just the pool and the spa, which is all they were quoting us for initially, to keep us in the range we wanted. They said 115. They said everything else extra, you're going to start getting closer to 200K. right? So 115, 120 was what we were hearing from them. And then what we actually wanted would have brought us into that 200K. So we ended up spending with everything we wanted. Okay, so this is the concrete decking. This is, I don't even know if you want me to include, like the patio we were able to put in,
Yeah, everything.
painting the whole outside of the house, putting in new gutters. I didn't even include this in my testimony earlier, but even getting our 30 solar panels clean, everything was 115K. Everything, everything, everything. Like my whole house outside, my whole backyard made over, everything I wanted with my aluminum wood patio. My whole concrete decking, we ripped out all the planters. We completely demolished everything how it was back there, and it looks like a whole new backyard. 115K. So I know I saved a lot of money. I know I've showed people my backyard and they're like, you could have easily spent almost 200K on that. Like just from, regular pool builders from what they've experienced. And
Wow.
that is not what we paid.
So if you were getting quotes from the builder for just the pool at 115K,
Yeah, just
um,
pool and spa, 115K. That's all. And they weren't going to do
no
nothing else.
concrete work.
No concrete work. They weren't including obviously the painting or the aluminum wood patio
Yeah,
or anything like that.
that's crazy. What did you actually build just the pool for?
So that was 70. I somebody asked me that in the pool builder community, and that's great, by the way, because I love that we're able to, share our experiences there and show other people what we're spending. But when someone like asked me, okay, well, what did you just spend for the pool and spa, what they were quoting you? And I think I put together like 70K. And I think that's what you guys had quoted us for, like what you want, the pool and
Mhm.
spa, 70K.
That's amazing. So you saved 45,000 on just the
Yeah.
pool, but then when you consider everything else you did, you probably saved over $100,000.
I
Like,
would say for sure, like especially
that's
in
incredible.
California, Southern California, they're going to quote you high.
Wow. That's amazing. So obviously you're stoked on that,
Oh,
on the savings. But I'm also curious, what was there any like difficult parts through the process, or what was the hardest part for you guys during the process?
you know what? I would say there's no like actual hard part of the actual process itself. It was more for me, just waiting. I think there was a time where we had to wait in between the subcontractors, and that was more on us because the scheduling. And it rained, and they had just put in the brand new stack stone, or sorry, the coping and the water line, and we of course went with white because that's like modern, right?
Hmm.
But because we didn't have any decking in yet, the hard part was just like that's just on ours. Not everyone's going to experience that, but like the weather, just impacting, like the tiles themselves, and then having to go out there, clean them. Honestly, that's like nothing compared to it. That is just being me, that is
Yeah.
difficult, but if that's really the only thing that was difficult for us, that goes to show, there really wasn't anything that sticks out in my mind process wise that was difficult at all.
Oh, that's awesome. And how long did it take you guys to build?
I want to say 2.5, 3 months at the most.
Two and
Okay.
a half to 3 months?
Yeah.
And that's for
Mhm.
the pool and the decking?
Yeah, I want to say that. Oh, yeah, because that included the decking too.
Oh,
Okay.
that's amazing. And did you guys get a quote from the builders about how long they were going to take?
You know what? If I remember correctly, they said it could be anywhere from to 3 to 6 months. They always estimate like high. They say because they don't want to
Hmm.
disappoint you.
Yeah.
So I knew it was not this short of a time span. That's for sure.
Awesome. Yeah. I typically hear from people that pool builders are around the 5 month mark with building. So to do it in less time and to save as much as you did, I mean, that's amazing to hear. I love that.
Hmm.
So when you look at your backyard now compared to what it used to be, how does that make you feel?
Oh my gosh, it just makes you like swell with pride, like this is mine. Like I think I posted something to the effect like I needed a vacation, so I just brought it to me. you know.
Oh, I love that. That's so
Yeah,
good.
I just brought it home. The vacation's permanent, just permanently at home in the backyard. That's where I need to go if I just need a little vacation.
So you were once in the position of being on the fence and had someone encourage you towards this. So If someone came up to you and was on the fence about this program, what would you say to them?
Oh, I've already done it several times. I don't know if they've listened yet because I've been very vocal about this on social media, and I've had people reach out to me, like how does that work, and I try my best to explain to them, but I would tell them, you can't go wrong, honest to God. Like if you can be in it for saving money, and some people, most people will be, but even if you're not, you have all this extra money that you're going to have to use towards other things. You know what I'm saying? Like it just opens up a whole other array of things you can do for your house, even, just that money for vacations, for your family vacations. Like, why are you going to give it away? Like, that's, like, in my mind, like, that's giving away money when you're just doing the same thing the pool builders are going to do. The pool builders are going to do the same thing. They're
Yep.
just giving you a design, and approving it, and then now they're going to be the middleman, and they're going to be calling all the same people that you're calling, except now they're pocketing all that savings, and it's going in their pocket. So you're giving away your money. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I.
Yeah. It's true. This business was like a total God thing for us. Like we were brought into it. It was like an idea that was not like kind of came to us, and I didn't understand it fully at first of like, why are we being guided to do this? Like we're doing really good with our traditional pool company. We were making lots of money. We were very successful. But we were guided to start doing this. And it hit me one of the years, I think it was 2023, we did our end of the year numbers, and we realized that we took all the savings all our clients got in 2023, and it added up to like 20 million just in 2023. And then we did it again last year, and last year we saved American families 35 million. And like what that says to me is like that's $35 million last year that is going back into the livelihoods of families.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's pretty cool. And so it's like it's not just what you're saving, but it's taking those savings and what are you going to do with them? Like you said, like
exactly.
that's investments in your future. That's investments
Hmm.
in your family, in your home, rather than taking that money and just investing it in somebody else's family, right? And
Hmm.
so I'm really glad to hear you say that because I feel like that's why we do this. We do it because we really feel like it's a better, smarter way to build.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. 100%. I agree.
Awesome. Is there any last thoughts or anything else that you want to share about the process or the program or your pool?
I think we pretty much covered it all. I mean, I would do it if they asked me if I was, someone had rewound the time, and knowing what I know now, I wouldn't even have hesitated. I would have said, "Yep, let's do it. This is our forever home. We're not going to move." But if we ever found ourselves in a new place and needing a pool, I would do it all over again. But we covered it all, honestly. Unless you have any other questions, I would 100% recommend this program. And I want to say I'm active in your pool builder community, and it's beautiful that you allow a place to have all of us, help each other out. There's still a couple of questions that I still need to go back and answer, about subcontractors. I love that, you have that list and it's ever growing, because I think
Hmm.
we found a new one and we need to submit his information. But I love what you guys stand for, and I feel like you pass it on. You almost make it feel like, you guys can do it too. And I think that's why we're so helpful in the community, because we want to help each other, and it's just like a feeling, right?
Yeah. It's
So
it's that like pay it forward thing, right? Like
yeah, yeah, for sure. Like
when you get into the community, people are helping you, and then it's like you're now sowing into those other people who are new and just
exactly,
joining.
exactly.
And
Hmm.
yeah, that community has been such a blessing to this business and our clients because it's so cool to see everyone interacting with each other, inspiring each other. And we get on there to answer questions, but like sometimes before we even see a question, our clients are in there answering for us
Yep.
too. It's so awesome that you guys are so involved, and thank you for your involvement in it because it does make a big difference.
Yeah, yeah. I even hopped in that other one before you joined, that community, the how
Hmm.
to save 20K. I'm like, you know what? I went in there and I posted my testimonial note in there too, because I didn't really see many, because you don't see them until you're in the community finally. But
Yeah.
there's still people out there, on the sidelines still, so to speak, and they don't really get to see that. So I made sure to post my testimonial in there too for the future potential members, you
Oh,
know,
thank you.
so they could see, somebody that's been through it and it's there, and so they know.
That's awesome. Yeah. We try to keep that private group just for program members because otherwise we would have like thousands of people in
Oh
there
yeah,
that are just
100%.
like spamming people. And we're like, that
Mhm.
wouldn't be cool for our community. But I really appreciate you going the extra mile and like going into our public group and sharing
Yeah,
your experience. That's great. Thank you for doing that.
yeah, you're welcome.
Awesome, Jessica. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I'm so excited for you and your family and your backyard and all the money you saved and all the ways you're going to sow it into your guys' future. So, just thank you so much. And I am so grateful to be a part of your experience.
Well, thank you so much. I'm just a email away if you need anything else.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jessica. Have a blessed day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.